Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Of course, we have a whole host of things to talk about this AM. Things that, America is very ghetto right now, very hood. It smells funny here now in America. You know what I mean? I would have thought that uh, things would be different. But, well, no, I kind of knew that they wouldn't be different, but I didn't think they'd be like this. If you want me to be honest, I didn't think they'd be like this. Now, I wanted to take a moment this morning to show y'all a close-up picture of the president, without all those gender-affirming care filters and shit like that. This is what you see up close and personal. When they try to make it seem like he's that close to being drafted by one of the NFL teams because he got a six-pack. Okay. All right. I'm just tired. I'm tired of the cap. You see the neck. My neck don't look like that. I'm sure most of you, your necks don't look like that. That's why I told y'all, most people who are MAGA, they love it because they see themselves in Donald Trump. Yeah, they identify with this. They like, well, shit, we got the same fucking body type. Like, Nikki says he's handsome. She would. She likes predators. So Nikki thinks all predators are handsome. Nikki ain't never met a predator she didn't like. She never met a predator she didn't like. What do they say? A fall and a rise and fall from grace was essentially what happened to Nicki Minaj. Nicki played herself. Because I don't know how you come back from that. But I told y'all, it's back to what I said before. A lot of times when people immigrate here, they fall in bed with white supremacy. They fall in bed with white supremacy. Real easy. They don't listen. You said, I told people, yep, you're right, Movie and Popcorn. You're absolutely correct. That's why they identify with Trump so much. Because they want society to give them the grace that they give Donald Trump, but it's never going to happen. You say you had to separate yourself from a new friend. You found out he was a Trump supporter. Yeah, that's why I say when people say it's just politics, no, it's not. I don't know what it's going to take for people to see it's not just politics. It's the difference between you can put food on the table or you can't put food on the table. The difference between saying somebody is an American because of the color of their skin, that determines if they are or are not an American. That is not okay. Now, I'm going to be honest. That shit is American, though. I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. Racism is as American as apple fucking pie. Americans just don't like to be honest about the shit. Okay? Okay? You say conflating politics with morality. You should be. That's what's so funny about me. Y'all want your neighbor to have more morality than your elected officials. Huh? Wait a minute. So my neighbor has to live a morally fulfilling life, but my elected officials can be as crash and as raggedy as they want to be. Yeah, I'm not with that. I know that you feel I'm not wrong, but I'm just talking about it because I had that thought in my mind the other day. Like, why is it okay for your pastor, for folks' pastor to be deplorable? Deplorable. But their president, it don't matter that he a 30-something time convicted felon. That's irrelevant. It was a witch hunt. 30-something times. That's the part that gets me. Where I'm just going, say it again, Sandman. Trump followers are some of the brokest people that you will want to know. And some of the most miserable. That's why they voted for Trump. They mad with y'all. Y'all didn't know that. A lot of Trump voters voted for Donald Trump because they were angry. Because they've been suffering for a long time. And it was somebody that came to town and was going to be their retribution. The problem is these people aren't very smart. So all they did was make their life worse. And this is the funny thing. They made their life worse under Trump, and they're still looking for somebody to blame for it. Because they used to blame immigrants. Can't blame immigrants. Can't blame black people. Like, they're running out of people to blame. They're trying to do everything but blame rich people. They just can't do it. Because they have a hard time wrapping their mind around why a rich person would do anything to mess up their life. They don't get it. And it's like, it isn't about messing up your life. More so than it's about extracting as much as possible from your life that they can. Rich people, dude, I'm thinking about doing a little bit of Patreon this morning, but I also know I got to record that damn podcast. So I'm going to fill it out this morning because I do have something I want to show y'all that I found yesterday. But part of me want to wait until tomorrow because I got a feeling something else is coming today, but I'm waiting to see if it pops, but it hasn't popped yet. So we're going to see. We're going to play it out. Thank you, It's a Me. I appreciate that. But racism in America is as American as apple pie. And Americans just they don't want to be honest. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. Listen, I don't even like Dr. Phil because Dr. Phil on that shit. Thank you so much, It's a Me. I appreciate that. You have a beautiful day. But he does say that. That's right. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. And until America wants to talk about its racism issue, ain't gonna change it. Until America wants to talk about its misogyny problem, not gonna change. Until America talks about the issue of xenophobia, anti-Semitism, it ain't gonna change. We're just gonna stay stuck in this pocket until it's talked about, until it's dealt with. I'm telling y'all, that's why people didn't like CRT. Y'all remember many years ago when people were coming after CRT and said it's making little white children feel uncomfortable? That's not why at all. The reason why people came after CRT is because those little white kids was coming home asking questions that mama and daddy either couldn't answer or didn't feel comfortable answering. So by proxy, that school got to stop teaching shit that puts me in an uncomfortable position. That's really what it was about. That's what it was about. That is exactly what it was about. Because I remember when I kept hearing these conversations anti-CRT. So, because then my thing was, so you like racism? No. We just saying it's too woke. Explain to me how one could have a too woke slavery conversation. So it was wrong to tell children the truth about slavery, the atrocities of slavery. But it's perfectly fine to have, I'm trying to think of it, I just had it in my head. Y'all know that company that conservatives have paid to do all these videos. But it's perfectly fine for them to do those videos saying people loved slavery. They were happy about being slaves and they were taught skills. The fuck? That's okay to teach. That's okay to teach. Yeah, Prager. Like Prager. It's okay to teach that Prager shit. It's okay to teach the Prager shit. But it's not okay to teach you the truth about who your country is. Because see, when folks start learning the truth about American history, you ain't as proud of your country. I'm going to say it again. When folks start learning real American history, they're not as proud of their country. Wonder why that is. You know why? Because you unlearn that propaganda. That's why. You unlearn the propaganda. That's why. Because America is a land of propaganda. That's all. It always wants to teach you as much propaganda as possible. And the reason why they're teaching you so much propaganda is just so that you'll be docile. Mm-hmm. So you'll be docile and fall in line and put your head down and go to work and pay them high ass bills and buy them high ass groceries and them expensive ass cars, and you'll complain, but you're gonna do the right thing and put your head down and just keep doing it. Yep, you're right. That's my point. Folks just acknowledge it and move on. But that's called toxic. We shouldn't just be acknowledging that shit and move on. Because newsflash, 20 years ago, you had more money in your pocket than you have today. 20 years ago. And the only thing that changed was your government. That's it. Every year that you're making less than that, you're making more money, but you're bringing less home. I remember when I used to when my paychecks were $800, I had more extra fuck you money than I ever did making six figures. Ever. And I didn't live at home, had an apartment, had a car, had all that shit. But I always had more money in my pocket. Now, shit, that ain't the case. And to your point, Small Fry, you're absolutely right. Because at that time, I was paying about $450 a month for rent, all utilities included. You know? No, Ira, I'm gonna have to let you go, beloved, because when you say it's not just Republicans, I already know that you don't understand politics. You don't understand who's keeping you poor. So you can stay poor over there by yourself. I don't want to stay poor with you because it smells funny. So I don't want to do that. Every time I see that conversation, I exit stage left from people like that. Those are people in dark places. I do not provide light for them and leave them out. I leave their ass there. I shut the door. You know how Motel 6 say, we leave the light on for you, not me. I cuts the fucking light off on my way out the room. Right? Okay. Then you stay in that dark place by yourself. I don't waste my time with people that love to be in dark places. You got a lot of Americans that love to be in dark spaces. They love oppression. They love for the man to have their foot on their neck constantly. It's a trauma bond. And when you start talking about things that might break that bond, those people get mad with you. Thank you, Object. Look, I got some more coming too. The people get mad with you when you start breaking trauma bonds. How dare you start to care about yourself? And you're right, John Luke. Folks do need to stop renting one bedroom apartments for $2,000. That shit is not cool. My first apartment was a 1 bedroom, $450 a month, all utilities included. All utilities included. And I had a car that I bought for $500 fucking cash. Yeah, it was a hoopty, but it got my ass from point A to point B just fine. Just fine. Real talk. And then you say, how are we going to go forward and backwards at the same time? That's what we've been doing. That's what we do under conservative leadership. If you go under conservative leadership and you like conservative leadership, you're doing the tango. America's literally just cha-cha. We're doing the cha-cha slide. Take it back now, y'all. 1 hop this time. 2 hops this time. 3 hops this time. That's what we doing. That's why you don't have no progress. That's why you don't have no progress. Because one election you got a liberal, then the next election you have a Republican. They have vastly different points of view. So you're not going to ever get any progress like that. All you're going to get is a whole bunch of distractions. Remember, when liberals are in office, Republicans, you can find them on almost every station complaining about the deficit. How much money the government is spending. Question. How many times have y'all seen Republicans on TV complaining about the deficit? I'll wait. The hate gazer. I'll wait. Since Trump has been president, how many times have you seen conservatives on TV complaining about the fucking deficit? Exactly. 0. Zero. Because they never care when they're in charge. They always help to run up the debt. Now, I can guarantee you, as soon as a Democrat is reelected into the White House, Republicans are going to talk about austerity. We got to cut the spending. We spending too much. All of a sudden, we spending too much. All of a sudden, we spending too much every time. But ain't never spending too much when they're in the White House. Those tax cuts that they just gave rich people, they still ain't funded those tax cuts. Yeah, they haven't funded that. That's why we keep burning through so much money. There's no funding to make up for giving rich people more money. So you know what the government did? They cut your food stamps, your housing, your education programs, your housing programs. Yeah, they cut all that shit. Your environmental programs to make sure you have clean water. They cut oversight on your food, oversight on your medicines. All so, Trump can spend money. That's why I titled this live, America is Ghetto. That's why I did that. Because after he runs through all your money, Republicans are going to come back in town and act like they are going to do their job again. Because keep in mind, everything that Trump does is all because Republicans won't do their job. All of a sudden, they don't believe in congressional oversight no more. But how many hearings did we have on Benghazi? Okay. All right. Yep. It's a game to them, Holly. You know why it's a game to Congress? Because no matter what happens, they come out on top. They're fucking you and me over. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. They're making money. They getting paid. That's all they care about. And I told y'all, they sit up there and they laugh. Trump and his crony friends are laughing their asses off that they were able to convince dumbass MAGA to vote for him the second time. They laughing because it proves that the people aren't that fucking smart. They're not smart at all. They're dumb. They're so dumb. It goes back to folks had so much hatred for Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris and shit like that. They had so much hatred for them. Both them bitches got money. They gonna be all right. They okay. No matter what happens to America, Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris are gonna be just fine. Guess who won't? You. You say MAGA is dying of whiteness? That to some degree, well, I'll say this. It's dying of whiteness because all the minority immigrants who moved here who thought they were white, who were white identifying, they're realizing they're not white. Now, I'm gonna be honest. That is the funniest shit of all. All of these immigrants that came to America thought they were white. You're not white here. You're not white here. You say, Kamala having speaking engagements, charging $300 a ticket. Shit. How can I be down? Fuck. Give me a gig like that. People just pay you to talk. All these people who thought because Trump was winning, they were winning. No, they not. They at that fucking grocery store pinching fucking pennies. Believe it. They pinching pennies at that grocery store. Oh, they don't want to tell you that his policies are fucking them over, but they write letters to the president every week. He don't read them. I'm sorry. It's some of the best shit ever to me. He don't read them. He don't read them. Good. I'm glad he don't. Fuck them people. If your dumb ass was stupid enough to vote for a con man who's filed for bankruptcy that many fucking times, you deserve whatever you get. Shut up and take it and be quiet. See, the thing about MAGA is they always want to share their suffering with everybody. Where Trump don't care about that. Notice when they tried to complain about it. Notice when they tried to complain, Trump said, shut up about it. To me, it's some of the best shit ever. I'm glad he told him to shut the fuck up. Shut up. I'm with Trump on this. Shut up. You voted for this. So why are you complaining? When I was coming home this morning from the gym, I was behind a truck. And guess what the bumper sticker said? Women for Trump. That was like pork saying, like pig saying, pigs for me. Knowing how much I fucking love pork. Literally, it's like saying lamb for butchers. We support butchers. What? Or like trees saying, we love axes. Yay. What? I love it. Pigs for bacon. Like, make it make sense. And they cheer and they're so excited. Right. I don't know how they complain. I don't know how to, that's why I don't listen to them people complain. They voted for a felon that's filed bankruptcy multiple fucking times. But this is the catch this time. Countries don't file bankruptcy. Countries just get bought out by entities with bigger money. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. Your country it's never going to be the same again. It's done. It's done. Done. Right? I'm gonna show y'all a picture of something I saw this morning, right? And it reminded me of Trump. And y'all gonna be surprised at what I show you, right? Hold on, let me find the picture because I'm gonna show you the picture. And you're gonna say, what? How the fuck does that remind you of Donald Trump? That right there. Ruby Bridges going to school. I'm going to tell y'all why this picture reminded me of Donald Trump. Ruby Bridges is still alive. She's only in her 70s. I think she's like 71. She ain't that old. She's still alive, okay? So when Donald Trump came down that escalator in 2015 and said, make America great again, this is the greatness I thought about. That was the greatness I thought about. The greatness of racism. The greatness of segregation. That's what I thought about. The greatness of misogyny. You say you're in Tennessee, I never hear them complain. Trust me, Simon, they're complaining at home. They don't have no side teeth. They complaining at home. Trust me on this, Simon. Trust me. Tennessee complaining. Trust me on this. Because they poor as fuck down there. Trust me, they complaining. Just not around you. That's all. Just not around you. That's it. Trust me on this. They are complaining. They just don't want you to see it. Because how dare a liberal get any enjoyment out of watching us suffer? Because that's how they think, because that's how they move. That's how they move. Right. And Small Fry telling you she's 71, Ruby Bridges. So when Trump said, make America great again, this is what I saw. Because I went, when was it ever great? When did America ever possess any greatness that it can go back to? So that's why, to me, the statement, make America great again, was racist as fuck. I said it when he came down the escalator in 2015, and I still stand by that. That shit was racist. And that was back when Trump didn't say the racist stuff like just right out loud. He would say code words. And I told people then, I said, that's racism talking. Oh, no, he didn't say it. He said they're invading. Remember the first term? We need to build a wall. They're invading. The caravan is coming. Blah, 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 blah. Remember that. All of that shit was red meat to the racist. He knew what he was saying, and they knew what he was saying too. That's why they loved Donald Trump. That's why they loved him. Because life was great for them when they could just take whatever they wanted. When they could take whatever they want, put people out of their spaces that they didn't want them to be, then that's the greatness they want to come back. Because to them, life was good when they didn't have to compete with black people. And my black ass is not who keeps you poor. Quiet as kept, my black ass be trying to get everybody paid. You understand? Because if one of us gets paid, we all get paid. It's kind of like at your job when they don't want you to talk about your salaries. There's a reason for that. Because they don't want people to know that they're being underpaid. But when you start talking about money amongst each other, y'all all be getting money. Then they can't play you off of each other. That's why they don't want you talking. That's why they tell you to keep your mouth shut. Don't keep your mouth shut. That's how you and your coworkers get fucking raises. Real shit. Why would a company not want you to talk about salary? Why? Because they don't want you to be giving no ideas and giving no ideas to your coworkers. So when your coworkers go in those rooms and be demanding more money, they don't want all of y'all to be demanding money. They want those profits to go to shareholders, and the CEO with his golden parachute, he want all the money. They just want you to work. So this is why when I heard Trump say, "Make America great again," I saw this in my mind. I went, great for who? Who are we talking about here? And noticed, make America great again. That's why I said that shit is racist. He didn't have to say who it was for. They knew. They knew. When he said, make America great again, they already knew what the fuck he meant. He didn't have to say nothing else. That's why the first time when Trump was running and y'all tried to say something about it, they would be so quick to say, that's not racist. No, race was never even mentioned. That's how they do that shit. That's how they do that shit. But now, Trump 2.0, oh, he ain't hiding it now. Now he like, well, fuck it. Now I can be full throttle who I am. I don't have to pretend anymore. I don't have to use code words no more. Because why? I got enough Republicans, not just the voters, but I have enough Republican elected officials to tow water for me and carry that racist water all across America. Boom. But honestly, Chris, Trump didn't have to hide it before he became president again the second time. He didn't have to, because Republicans had already decided they were full throttle on racism. The Republican Party, their platform is racism. Okay, question. Did y'all see when they had the Republican National Convention last year for the elections? Did y'all see what their platform was? They were celebrating being fascists. They were celebrating that shit. That's why when I hear conservatives say, I don't like Antifa. So I go, so you like fascism? No, I just don't like Antifa. But do you know what Antifa is? Not that it even really exists, because you know they make these things up in their minds. But then you say, well, do you know what it is? Yeah, I do know what it is. You know, because they all got that country accent. I do know what it is. What is it? It's when liberals try to run communities. That is not what Antifa is. It's what Fox News tell them it is. But it's not. That's not what it is. America ghetto, I see. America is ghetto. America's ghetto. And if you're saying America's not ghetto, then I would assume you must live in one of the most ghettoest states in America, somewhere in the Midwest. Somewhere in the Midwest or down below the Mason-Dixon line. That's the only thing I could think. Because America ghetto as fuck. In this country, one medical event can bankrupt you and cause you to lose everything you own. That's ghetto. You by Philly, like I said, America's ghetto. I've been to Philly. I love me some Philly, don't get me wrong. That shit ghetto. So like I said, you live in the ghetto. The whole country's fucking ghetto. Yeah, that's it. Ghetto with a Gucci fucking belt. I know you didn't just come in here and say I'm right outside of Philly in America, not ghetto. You are in the ghetto talking that shit to me. Okay. All right. Believe whatever you want, sir. I'll tell you this. Leave your car unlocked today and let me know if it's still there when you come out tomorrow. America is ghetto. When America doesn't want to educate its citizens, that's ghetto shit. When Americans don't want to make sure when America doesn't want to make sure its citizens have comprehensive health care, that's shit ghetto. When Americans don't make sure that when America doesn't make sure Americans have affordable housing, that shit ghetto. That shit ghetto. I don't give a shit how y'all try to clean it up. That's part of the problem. Y'all try to make your country look like something that it's not. Yes, I see green. You is ghetto. So I'm gonna send you a packet with your 64 followers, beloved, trying to boast your YouTube channel that nobody's watching anyway. That was somebody again coming in here to bother me that don't have side teeth. He right outside Philadelphia. I know he don't have side teeth. Pennsylvania is ghetto. What? Pennsylvania is ghetto by proxy. Pennsylvanians will say no to socialism, but all the farmers standing out there with their hands out begging for free money. Okay, that shit ghetto. Pennsylvania's so ghetto, somebody tried to light the governor's house on fire. That's ghetto. The fuck? Nobody ever tried to do that in my state. That's some ghetto shit. That's hood shit. Like the fuck? Bruh said, oh, we not ghetto. I'm right outside Philadelphia. Philly is like, I love me some Philly. Don't get me wrong. I love the people of Philly. I love the food of Philly. The night scene. Philly is a whole fucking vibe. However, I'm just going to keep it all the way above. Philly is like the only American city you can go to where you're in a really good neighborhood and then you turn the corner and it's like you went to fucking Iraq. You like, when did I get to Iraq? You can walk to Iraq. I didn't know that was a thing. In Philly it is. It's the only city I've ever been to that is like that. It's very different. Even New York ain't like that. Philly is very different. Like there is no progression to change in the economics. It's like there's a lot of money here and you turn the corner and it's not a whole lot of money around here. Real shit. You see, Allie is telling you, that's the only city in America I've ever been to that's built like that. But I love me Philly. Don't get me wrong. I love Philadelphia. I don't like Pennsylvania though. But Philly I like. Pennsylvania racist as fuck. Pennsylvania is racist as a motherfucker. Pennsylvania, fucking Delaware, they are fucking racist. See, folks be thinking because Joe Biden from Delaware that they're not racist. Shit. Delaware is racist as fuck. Pennsylvania is racist as fuck. Okay? So don't be telling me Pennsylvania ain't ghetto. Shh. I tell you this, if I had a choice to be on the back roads at nighttime in Georgia or Pennsylvania, I'll choose Georgia. Yep, I said it. I would choose Georgia over being in Pennsylvania, driving in the backwoods at nighttime. Shit. Okay. Y'all can keep thinking that Pennsylvania is some progressive. Yeah, I said it, Georgia. I would rather drive the backwoods of Georgia at night before I drive through Pennsylvania at night in the backwoods. Shit. What? Not Pennsylvania. No. True, not Camden County. Listen, no, like I said, I'm not saying it as a slight to Philly or Pennsylvania. I'm just telling you what I know. My mother moved to Pennsylvania. She bought a house in Pennsylvania. This happened over 20 years ago. I'll never forget this. My mother said, I'm going to move to Pennsylvania. Cost of living is cheaper. I'm going to retire in a couple years. My mother didn't make it a year. She said, I got to get the fuck out of here. These people racist as fuck, and I'm going to fuck around and hurt somebody. So my mama got out. She said, I got to get out of here. And my mother was born and raised in fucking North Carolina. And she said Pennsylvania was too fucking racist. See, this is what I always tell people. Personally, I like my racism below the Mason-Dixon line. Real shit. I like my racism below the Mason-Dixon line. Why? Because at least you'll know what you're dealing with. Some of the worst racists you'll ever meet is in upstate New York. Oh. See, people want to talk shit about Florida and Georgia and Tennessee. And, hey, take your ass upstate and see what happens. Take your ass upstate and see what happens. They racist as fuck up there. They racist as hell up there. All the while want to pretend though that they're so kumbaya. Nah, that's that bullshit. They racist as fuck. And the funniest part is a lot of them be minorities. A lot of them are minorities who live a white life. But let my black ass come in that community. All of a sudden, I'm not welcome. Yeah, Ohio, big time racist. Like, I never understand people who, when somebody tells me they move into Ohio, I just assume they're racist. No bullshit. I'm being honest here. If you tell me you're moving to Ohio, my assumption is you're a racist. Because ain't shit in Ohio. Nothing. No jobs, no nothing. So my assumption is you are moving to Ohio because you feel like the only way for you to win is through systematic racism. That's why I keep laughing at fucking Vivek Ramaswamy. That's why, did y'all see the other day where he says he is now a different type of conservative? He is a compassionate conservative. That doesn't exist, sir. What it is Vivek got tired of them calling his ass names. Vivek got tired of the fucking racism. That's what that was. He got tired of the racism. But they don't give a shit that he tired of it. Fuck him. He doesn't understand. Again, it goes back to immigrants immigrating into America and then get here and want to be white adjacent. Quiet as kept, I could identify as white before Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm lighter than him. I'm lighter than him. And when I watch the videos, he trying so hard to make sense of it all. He's trying hard to appeal to them. And they're just like, no, you're not white. Literally, that's what they're saying to him. And he's just like this. I'm like, bruh, have some respect for yourself. They don't like you. Vivek just still marching. I don't care if they don't like me. One day you will. So I'm going to keep showing up every day and letting the people know who I am. Bruh. Right, he can't accept it. Yep, and they hate when people speak Spanish. I'm gonna tell y'all something. You saying that, Kate, reminded me of something. Y'all remember when Bush's brother ran for president? I firmly believe that man lost because he was bilingual. Because his brother could speak full Spanish. Like his brother was bilingual speaking man. Because his wife is Hispanic. Jeb Bush. I firmly believe that Jeb Bush did not get any traction because Jeb Bush was bilingual. I stand on that shit. He was bilingual. Republicans was not having it. They was like, yo, we don't want the message in another language. We want it in English, or better yet, Anglish. Because y'all know that's different than English. Yeah, they don't like it. And they mad at people speaking Spanish, and a bitch like me is mad that I am trying to learn how to speak Spanish. Being bilingual is a fucking flex. Not in America. Not in America. Only in America can you know more than one language and people call you a spy. Huh? Only in America. Only in America. It's very fucking weird. It is a flex to know how to speak multiple, but most Americans don't. Think about it. Most Americans barely speak English. Most Americans can't tell you what an adjective is or a preposition. Think about it. They couldn't point out a verb in a sentence, a noun in a sentence. Most Americans. So how the fuck they gonna be bilingual? I can't be bilingual if I'm struggling already with the native language that I was born into. How the fuck am I gonna learn another language? Say it again, Cynthia. Americans have enough time figuring out when to use your instead of your. Not understanding that your and the your is the Y-O-U apostrophe E is the equivalent of you are. But they don't know that. Most Americans don't know that. So it's no surprise that they don't speak no other language. Like I said, they barely speak English. So how the fuck they gonna speak another language when they barely speak English? If you can't conjugate verbs in English, you ain't gonna be able to conjugate them in any other language either. That's a fact. That's a fact. The American education system is trash. And I'm telling you, that's why they don't like immigrants. They don't like when immigrants come here speaking, especially if let an immigrant speak 4 or 5 languages. Watch how an American reacts to that. An American's like, you speak 4 or 5 languages? Oh my God. Where did you go to school? Like, how did you learn so many languages? I'm struggling just with English. Literally. An American will look you right in the face and say that shit. They don't have no shame in saying it. They proud of this. They proud of this stupidity. They proud. I'm not like them. I'm not some elitist. I graduated from Mr. Mickey's barbering and tire school. So I can make a life for me and my family. That's how America is. America's very backwards. You know, it's very arrogant. Americans, we think we're the smartest, the prettiest. We think we got the best food, the best education system. None of that shit's true. Oh my God, Eduardo, if you start speaking Italian, their heads explode. Know what they do? Know what they do, Eduardo? They go, wait a minute. You mean to tell me Italian ain't Spanish? I thought all this time it was the same thing. Como, I know como. Como estas. That's Americans. That's our best and brightest. You caught that? Yeah, that was the barber and tire school. You caught that? But that's America. They loud, arrogant, ignorant, and proud. And proud. I've never seen a more proud group of people to be poor and oppressed. But Americans being the way they are, as long as they can oppress others, they're okay. They don't care about their oppression as long as they can oppress other people. They only get mad when they can't oppress others. Because then it's like, wait a minute, we're supposed to just suffer, but we can't take it out on nobody else? That's not fair. Yep, and you're right. That's why it won't change. America has to have a real big conversation with itself. I put up a video about that this morning where I said America is having an identity crisis. And America's got to figure out who it is and who it wants to be. And America doesn't know that yet. It says it doesn't want to be racist, misogynist, anti-Semitic, xenophobic. That's what it say. But that's a lie. Because when it comes to doing the work, America don't want to do the work, so it's not those things. It don't want to do that work. It just want to act like it never happened. Well, that won't work anymore. You can no longer pretend that it happened, that it did, and you can't act like it never happened. It did happen. It happened on purpose, and you got to talk about it and deal with it so it doesn't happen again. And America doesn't want to do that because it feels bad when they talk about the past. These people know what I figured out too? America is a land of snowflakes too. America got, it's crazy to me that Americans are so fucking loud, but yet so sensitive. You can't say shit to an American because they get in their feelings real fast, but they so quick to say something to everybody else. So how come it's okay for you, but it's not okay for nobody else? But that's the American way. Do as I say, not as I do. That is the American way. And something got to give. Something has got to give with all of this. Because where we're going as a country is not sustainable. I'm going to just keep on saying it. It's not sustainable. Yeah, we are reverting back to the old America, but that's what rich and powerful people want. For people to lean into their prejudices and their ignorance and just struggle. Because see, if you spend all your time struggling and fighting to survive, you don't have any energy nor time to figure out who's really doing that shit to you. Americans are not, another video I put up this morning because I saw an article about it this morning, where they were talking about in South Texas has an employee problem. They don't have enough people to build homes. Why? ICE done came through and then arrested over 9,100 people in South of Texas. In Texas alone, the bulk of the arrests that have happened in the state of Texas in this year have come from ICE. So, and it made me ask the question, so Governor Abbott just was not enforcing immigration in Texas. But that's a whole nother story. Right, but they done played themselves. They voted for Trump. Trump done put a crackdown on immigration. I'm going to just say it like this. Anytime I ever see homes built, it's not white people or black people I see up there on them roofs building them homes. I'm going to say it again. It's not white people and it's not black people that I see building any of that shit. I'm going to say it again. It's not them building none of that shit. And quiet as kept, I feel funny about going in anything that Americans built anyway. Because Americans cut fucking corners. They lazy. Don't want to come to work fucking consistently. But immigrants, you put them on the job. Oh, them motherfuckers coming to work. They come to work to make money. And then they take their ass home. But not America. Not America. That's why I just keep asking, what is the end result? What is the end result? Now, I want to talk to y'all about one more thing as I wrap up this morning. I'm seeing the funniest shit. I'm going to talk about Marjorie Taylor fucking Greene. Oh, MGT. I'm going to talk about MGT, y'all. MG fucking T. Let me tell you. She says that MAGA and Trump have a woman problem. I'm going to say it one more time. Marjorie Taylor Greene says that Trump and the Republican Party have a woman problem. Yeah, she real fucking late. It's too late. It's too late. Listen, I tell y'all I'm going to change my name to the fucking Oracle. What have I been saying to conservative women that come in my life? What do I say to them? Don't I say shut up and stop talking? Don't I say that to them? Don't I tell them to go cook something? Don't I tell them to go have a fucking baby? That's what they've been promoting for decades. Now you want a seat at the table? Oh no, bitch. No. No. See, the women in the movement, they was just saying shit. They was just faking. The men weren't. This is the best shit ever because the men were never faking. They were tolerating conservative women because they were using conservative women to get other women to vote for them. They don't give a fuck about you. Never did, dummies. Dummies. So I'm like, of course, Marjorie, Republicans have a woman problem. Now, you know, to that, what I say, shut up, bitch. That's what I say to that. That's what I say to that. Shut up, bitch. Go make me a fucking sandwich. Y'all. That's what I say to that. Don't nobody be want to hear no conservative woman do all that talking. Blah, 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 blah. Don't nobody want to hear all that shit. Go have a baby. Go find them. Go. What do I tell them? Shouldn't your husband's shoes be by the door? Ain't he coming home from work soon? Do you have dinner ready? And they always get mad when I say that. But that's what they reduce themselves to, the help. They reduce themselves to just being breeders and bakers. Now all of a sudden, well, I can't believe they don't want to hear what we have to see. I'm feeling like Bruno Mars. This bitch, like what? Girl, where have you been? Where have you been? Y'all promoted this. Conservative women pushed this shit. They were so proud. I'm a traditional woman. Bitch, no, you're not. You're in Congress. I kept telling y'all that all of them were posers. I told you none of them were traditional. Because if they were traditional, they would be at home. I told y'all. They were all faking and fronting. But now them fucking chickens is coming home to roost. Why? Those men are like now, hey, bitch, all right, we got everything we wanted. You take your ass home. And they like, well, I don't want to go home. Like, I thought we were all doing this like together. No, bitch, we're not. We didn't need you. Okay? We just needed you to get the other women on board. And now that they're all on board, take your ass home and make me a fucking sandwich. I can't believe you said that to me. Like, I'm so like offended. Good, bitch, didn't make my sandwich faster then. That's exactly what it is. Her new book is called Make 'em a Sandwich. Candace is one of the biggest posers. She's one of the biggest posers. Because my thing is, she claims she a trad wife. When? Bitch, you always online. You always online. Who the fuck raising that baby? Because you always on the fucking internets. Who raising her baby? She doing any cooking? Any cleaning? No, she online. Look. That was it. That bitch said, traditional like that grieving widow Erica Kirk twerking on stage, grifting with firework. Thank you. Single ladies, I can tell you how you get rid of a man real fast. You don't want to be bothered with though. From now on, when a man asks you, what you doing right now? And that's what you can say, I'm in my Erica Kirk phase. Guarantee he'll leave you alone. You're welcome. Because one thing we all know, Erica Kirk don't give a shit about Charlie Kirk. Okay? I bet you that woman ain't seen that grave since the funeral. Now, where I'm lying at, I guarantee she ain't seen it since the fucking funeral. I guarantee it. I told you she liked Charlie who? Oh, yeah. I was married to that guy. Yeah, I'm over that now. Let's move on. She's moved on. She ain't never going back, like they say. Look, I gotta put this up again. This is one of my favorites. This was a good one. We were showing this one yesterday. I seriously want somebody to write a script for this. Even if, look, this movie will never be made, right? But this movie would be so lit. Do you understand me? This movie would be so lit. This movie would be so lit. Because then we get to do the scene again with Erica in the leather pants, hugging on JD Vance, running her fingers all through his hair and everything and stuff. You know? Yeah, that's not Usha. Charlie Kirk got the little white haze around him. And we're going to have a special guest appearance by Candace Owens and Megyn Kelly. Because they say Charlie be showing up in their dreams. Charlie a busy motherfucker. That's what I will say. Ever since Charlie went on to the afterlife, He's sure been visiting a lot of people's homes and answering a lot of prayers. Who knew? You say, can we make him green? No, we don't want to make him green because we like the Grinch. And we don't want to get rid of the Grinch. We don't want to soil the Grinch because we make him green, making Charlie green. We don't want to do that. Because I know me personally, I like the Grinch. Yeah, we can do blue. We can do blue. We can do blue. But when I saw that, this is why I still got this on my phone. Because I'm like, this shit's hilarious. This shit is hilarious. Nikki would probably do this movie for free. She would probably do this shit for free. She'd be like, so, is Trump going to be there? Oh, I'll do it. Because he's so cute. You heard her the other day. She said Trump was cute. Oh, smiley face. I just read that. Not the intro. So you said the movie should start right in your face with taking out Charlie. Bam. Damn. Damn. Verda, you said you sound like her. That used to be a flex, Verdi. Damn, I'm sorry, girl. Damn. Oh, 1000% that bitch. Nikki must be brokety broke. But I'm asking the question, what the fuck did she do with all that money? Real talk. What did she do with all of that money? Because I remember seeing her online, flying private. Maybe that's where it went. Because flying private costs a lot of fucking money. Most rich people don't even own a private jet. Because private jets are expensive. That's big money. When you got a private jet, you got big money. Because if you don't have big money and you got a private jet, won't be too long for you have no money. That's a lot of money. You got to buy a plane. You have to have a pilot and a staff. You got to have a place to store it. You got to have people to take care of it. A plane's expensive. Yeah, she sent some money back to her family in Trinidad. That's not where all Nikki money went. Nikki money went to flexing on the fucking internet, wanting motherfuckers to hate on her. Cause see, she's young enough where she could get caught up in that. And I'm telling you, a lot of it was buying shit she really couldn't afford, trying to hang with folks like Wayne and Drake, who always had more money than her. And what's the other one? That's down there. The one that always falls asleep. That's married to Tony Braxton. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Them people got big money. Nikki never had that kind of money. She never had that kind of money. Yeah, baby got serious money. He really does. Why the fuck you think he got Tony Braxton? Yeah, Birdman. Why you think the fuck Birdman got Tony Braxton? Because Birdman got fucking money. And when he nod out, you can pick his pockets. Tony ain't slick. Every time that motherfucker goes to sleep, she picking his fucking pockets. My favorite, though, is to watch them have a conversation. Because this is Birdman and Tony Braxton having a conversation. And then here go Tony. Huh? Birdman again. Tony. Huh? Birdman. Tony. Huh? No bullshit. Go watch. Go watch. Hell, when she married him, she didn't even tell her family at first when she married him. They married him, then they broke up, then they got back together. Right now, they still together. Yeah, supposedly they were friends. Right, okay. Tony chasing money. Say what you want to say. I'm a stand by that. Because remember, Toni Braxton filed for bankruptcy way back in the day. I never forgot. I never forgot. That lets you know sis need money bad. She need money bad. And if she's marrying Birdman in hopes that he won't last really long, well, I got a surprise for sis. Folks on that scissor, they be getting cured on that shit. Meaning it's like smoked meats, cured meats. We're gonna be around for a while. Okay? So you ain't gonna be able to wait him out, sis. You're not gonna be able to wait him out. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So she need to hitch her wagon onto something else. And my thing is, Toni Braxton is beautiful enough that she could have got any rich man. But it tells you something about who Toni Braxton is. She got a lot of trauma that's not been healed. She need therapy. Because why else would she be with a man like fucking Birdman? It tells you a lot about who she is. I'm telling you. To me, when I saw it, I was like, yo, Toni Braxton and Birdman. Oh, this girl need a therapist. And then when you watch the Braxton show and you realize about the trauma about the father leaving the mama and it messed up the home life and it kind of like shattered their family for a minute. And Pop's still married to the woman that he left mama for. Mama's still bitter. Mama say she not bitter. But she bitter. She's very bitter. They all, her sister has trauma. They all got trauma. Then on top of that, losing a sister. They all got trauma. They need to deal with their shit. Them people need therapy. They need to get off of fucking reality TV and go to a therapist, not on camera, and get their life together. Real talk. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. But they haven't, they want to make money. And I'm going, damn, is it this hard for y'all to make money? Or either reality TV must pay a lot of money. That's the only thing I could think. Yeah, Toni Braxton could have gotten a billionaire, but she chose Birdman. What does that say? It's like America could have gotten Kamala Harris, but it chose Trump. And can I just say, I am thoroughly enjoying watching the president age right in front of our faces in real fucking time. Am I the only one that's enjoying this show? Because I am enjoying the show. Watching Trump age in real fucking time. Because they can't keep up. They trying their best but they can't. Hold on, let me put up the picture that I saw this morning. Hold on. Because okay. I had put this picture up earlier, right? But Trump ain't looking good. And the thing is, he can't hide. He's president. It's nowhere to hide, baby. It's nowhere to hide. He might have fell up the plane steps the other day. I know he was walking gingerly up with some other steps the other day. Sometimes he be walking so slow, I swear he walking backwards. I like, is the president? Oh no, he's just moving slow. Okay. Why does that hair look a bit green? Bad coloring. And it's a lot of different things. This is the thing. I need his makeup artist to blend all of this. I can't keep pretending I don't see like summer and then winter. You know what I mean? It's like summer all up here and it's like winter all back here. I'm just saying he don't have no friends. Because when you have friends, right, your friends would tell you, hey, listen, sis. That makeup that you're doing right now, that's not working for you. You need to switch that up. Literally. Your friends would tell you that, right? Because friends don't want you to look like a fucking fool. Not this guy. His friends don't say shit. And I'm just looking going, Joe Biden never looked like this. Barack Obama, I saw old footage of Barack Obama yesterday. And I almost cried. I said, damn, that's what it was. I forgot what it was like to have a president who could speak in complete sentences, who is actually smart. Like they're not faking that they're smart. They're actually smart. Like a lot of young children won't even, because they weren't even alive when Barack Obama was president. All they know is a Trump presidency. A grown ass man that doesn't take responsibility for anything, but loves to take credit for almost everything if he thinks it was a win. But watching this man age and decline in real time is some of the best shit I've seen in a long time. It really, really, really is. And you're right. They hated Trump in a tan suit. And not Trump. I mean, Obama in a tan suit. Now, they ain't putting Trump in no tan suit. You know why they keep Trump in dark colors? To make him look smaller than he is. That's why. I'm going to show you something. This is what the president really looks like. I'm going to even move this one. I'm going to just show this one right over here. This is at his golf course. That's what he really looks like. That's what he really looks like. Look at the back on this motherfucker. And they told you he was 6'3", 230 pounds. No disrespect. He got a physique that looked like he's melting. You know what I mean? Don't it look like he's melting? When people are built like that, it's very uneasy to me. Because I'm like, is it hot in here? Because you look like you're melting. Like, right, yeah. And Nikki say he handsome. Handsome? Bitch, do you own a mirror? Like I saw this black guy yesterday. He was on one of them little dating panel thingies, talking to that black lady who talks to people who are trying to date. She's like supposed to be the female Kevin Samuels, right? So this guy, his breasts were bigger than mine. Okay? This fool said he don't date no woman over 170 pounds. This man had to be close to 400 pounds. Sir, that means the shit I be talking about. That right there is exactly what I be talking about. Not you almost 400 pounds and you don't want a woman over 170. Well, nobody below 200 is going to survive. Right? So we got to be smart about what we're asking for. Because you're going to catch a case, sir. You're going to catch a case. So he should at least start at 200. I watched that yesterday and my response under the video was, does this man own a mirror? That's all I said. Like, what? Okay. You know how the guys like to say, oh, we love them thin in the waist and cute in the face. So do we. Women don't like meeting a guy and wondering when your baby is due. Like the women are trying to figure out, like, so when's your baby due, sir? How long have you been with child? I'm not pregnant. Oh, that's a sandwich. Say it again. Sweating on all on you and your. He'll be melting, Amber. Like I said, melting. That's why a lot of these guys out here, not all of them, but the ones built like they melting, that's why they mad. Because don't no woman want them melting on them. I've seen guys like that, met guys like that. Man, or any woman I mess with, she got to be thin. You're not thin. You're not thin. Your stomach is all the way in between your legs. What is you talking about? You can't even move without making a sound. But you want, okay. It's always the loudest ones. It's always the loudest ones. Always the loudest ones. And I just watch the internet. The internet's a fascinating place. Yeah, look, you say now you understand if you built and wanting a woman who's built. Because the thing is, the woman doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? However, sir, you're not going to be built like a problem and then want an exceptional looking woman. See, because if you're going to be built like a problem, then you need something else to go with it. You got to have some humor or some money, but you got to have something. Because you want her to keep the lights on when you decide to take all your stuff off. I'm going to just say it like that. Because I'm mindful of my language in TikTok. I'm mindful of my language in TikTok. There's a lot of wake-up calls that need to happen in America. The broke women looking for guys to pay all their bills. The bad-built men looking for all tens. No. You don't have enough money for her to ignore your bad-built body, sir. Like men who have a lot of money, women tend to ignore all the other stuff because they got money. Because when they go hang out with their girlfriends and their girlfriends like, girl, what are you doing with that ugly ass man? Girl, he got money. And you know what all the women say? Oh, okay. But if he ugly and he broke, now your friends is like, bitch, what is you doing? What is you doing? Oh, you can find this. Look. You find this in the TikTok shop. I'm not in the TikTok shop. You find this on my website. Just click the link in my profile. It'll take you to my website and you can buy. Oh, no, hold on. Because I'm about to wrap up this morning because I got to record this podcast this morning. Listen, let me stand up and show y'all. This is the anti-woke hoodie. Okay. So this is the black hoodie, right? Look, it even got pockets, right? Got a little pocket. See, get you the anti-woke. I got it in a t-shirt and I got it in a hoodie. Stay warm this winter and never fall asleep. Like I got to run out and go get some wood. And I know the place I'm going to go to, it's a lot of Trumpers come through there. So when I leave the house today, I'm going to wear this bitch because it's cold outside. It's the perfect day. So I'm going to wear this shit and I'm going to go to the stove and I'm going to just mind my business. Matter of fact, and I'm going to set them off even more. I got some N95 masks in here. So I'm going to wear a mask too. Ciao, honey. These motherfuckers are going to lose their minds. They're going to lose their minds. She's got on a fucking mask. And she's and see, with this shirt, to be honest, people don't really know if it's a slight to Trump or if I like Trump. That's what makes it even better. Okay, I'll make a hat too. That's what makes it even better is they don't know. Well, I can tell you this, it ain't a fucking compliment. I can tell you that if I don't tell you nothing else. And I do have it in 3X as well. It goes from small all the way up to 3X. But get your anti-woke tee and your anti-woke sweatshirt. Don't be like him. Stay awake, okay? Because when you go to sleep, all these rich and powerful people do is pick your fucking pockets. That's it. So don't do that. Now, I was going to do something over on Patreon this morning, but I really want to record this podcast and get it out to you guys on Patreon today. So I won't do a show on Patreon today, but I will make sure that I give you double time tomorrow on Patreon, okay? We're going to have a really good discussion tomorrow. So I'll make sure to give you double time tomorrow for those of you who are part of my Patreon community, okay? I will make sure to give you that tomorrow because I want to make sure that I get this podcast done today and get it out. The podcast that is this week is me talking about America's identity crisis. And I'm talking about different components of that identity crisis that America is currently going through. So, yeah, record your content, Kiera. And that's the other thing that I want to tell you guys. Listen, as I'm wrapping up this morning, if any of you are making content or thought about making content, make your content. But can I tell you something? Don't be posting 100 times a day, 50 times a day, 300 times. You don't need to do all that. I'm just telling you, you're going to burn yourself the fuck out with that type of shit. I'm telling you, don't waste your time doing that. Post your 2-3 videos a day and go on with your life. Go live your life. Go do other things that are way more fulfilling with your life. Go experience life. Because platforms, these social media platforms, they'll keep you on these motherfuckers all day and night if you let them. But they won't add anything to your life. You understand? You're just adding for them because as long as you're on, you're giving them data. Make your videos, put them up, and get your ass out of here. You understand? The other thing I'll tell you, if you're going to make content, have a position. If you're afraid to have a position, don't turn on your camera. Awesome. Kiera, you got 17,000 followers. Just keep going, brother. Have a position, though. Have an opinion. People want people that have opinion. People watch people who have opinions. Oh, you're focusing on news in South Carolina. That's smart. That is smart. Because right now, people don't trust mainstream media. Use it as an opportunity, folks, to share news about the things happening in your communities or in your country. And give real perspectives. Have real conversations. Because the media ain't doing that. They're selling information. And they're very guarded as to how much information they choose to give out. Make your content. The other thing I'll tell you, I'm going to give you another tip. Categorizing your content is the key to people finding it. You can make great videos all day and all night. If you don't categorize that shit, they're never going to find your content and it's going to be hard to give views. Categorize the shit. If you don't know how to categorize it, it's a simple thing. Do a search on TikTok for the topic for your video. And it'll come up and videos will come up in the search results. When you click a video, watch it for a few seconds, come back out that video, it's going to pop up additional search terms at the bottom. Take a screen cap of that page. Do that. Search for a couple things and take screen caps of the additional search strings. And you're going to copy those search strings, put them on the screen and drag them off to the side. That helps your video get categorized. I am telling you, it ain't enough for you to talk good shit in your video if you don't categorize it. I'm just telling you. TikTok is a search engine. If you want somebody to find your shit, categorize it. Okay? You're right, Gene. Trump and Heritage sabotage mainstream media, but not just them. Government as a whole sabotage mainstream media. Yep, and TikTok will align your stuff with the people who need to see your things. MAGA don't really come to my stuff often, my videos, because my videos ain't for MAGA. They're not for them, and I'm okay with that. And then all of that content that you put on TikTok, repurpose that content and put it on all the other social media platforms. Because what you may find is that TikTok is not your most successful platform. You may find you do better on Instagram. You do better in Snapchat. You do better on Facebook. You do better on YouTube. You may find that you do better in another environment that ain't TikTok. But repurpose that content, okay? I just wanted to share that with y'all this morning. Remember, I was talking with y'all where I said I was going to do some classes on that. Then I decided, to be honest with you, I don't have any interest in teaching people how to make content. So that's why I didn't do it. Because it's really not my ministry. I'll share information, but I really don't have an interest in teaching people. Because to me, I don't really think you can teach that. You can teach the skills to help people's content get found. And you can tell them what tools or what things to do to make videos more captivating. But at the end of the day, the only way that you're going to become a content creator is to make fucking content and figure out what works and what doesn't. And then the last thing I'll tell you, look at your analytics. Your analytics tell you everything you need to know. I study my analytics because that tells me the content that people like to see versus the content they don't like to see. And I do that. You say your relatives were pissed at the Kamala Harris book with your brothers reading and asking questions. That's a good thing, Anthony. Good morning to you, Tees. So make y'all content, y'all. It's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of money to be made out here making content. Stop watching other people make money. Go make yours too. Okay? Go make yours too. There is a lot of money to be made making content, and you don't need a shitload of followers to make money. Okay? You don't. What you do need to do is be consistent. Yep. And to your point, Kiara, you have to produce more than you consume. You can't be on TikTok all day and night just watching shit because then you're the product. You have to make content. Go read, see what's happening in the world and talk about it. Real shit. That's all I do. I'm already reading these articles anyway. It just so happens that I was like, well, you know what? I think I'm going to start doing videos. But I already was reading this shit. I was already keeping up on certain things. So whether it's the news, movies, TV, whatever it is, clothing, lifestyle, food, whatever it is, just have a position and share it, okay? I just wanted to share that with y'all. I know so many people struggle with, I don't know if I want to make content, and ignore the trolls. Nobody bullies me on the internet. It just don't happen for me. They try, but I find it cute more than I'm threatened by it. I'm like, oh, look at you trying to offend me. Oh, that was so cute. It didn't work, but it was cute though. So don't worry about your haters. Let your haters be your fucking motivators. Oh, and one last thing. Don't tell people you know that you're making content. I stand by that. I didn't tell people that I was doing anything. I just got on here and started doing it. Real shit. I just got on and started doing it. Then they eventually started coming to me and saying, I see, girl, you ain't tell me you was doing such and such. Ain't for me to tell you anything. Do you? Don't, because I'm telling you, the people who know you, they're going to be the last people to support you. They're always the last. So if you don't want to be in that predicament, don't worry about them. Create the environment that you want to have and be a part of, and your community will come. Yep. And download videos that you may need. And the other thing, you can set up the option in your settings, because you know when you upload a video to TikTok, it automatically downloads that video onto your phone. Set up to take off the watermark. That way, when you share those videos on other platforms, they don't suppress them, assuming they're TikTok content. Because they won't be TikTok content at that point, because there's no TikTok label over top of it. So go in your settings and turn that watermark off so that when they download to your device, there is no TikTok watermark on them and you can post those videos anywhere you want to. Real shit. Just do that. Reuse, because TikTok may not be the place for you to flourish. I hear that Facebook is paying $30,000 a month. That's why I started my Facebook earlier this month. I already had a Facebook page, but it was for something else, another website that I had that I started during the pandemic. And I don't really post on it, so I repurposed the page. Like the fuck? I started an Instagram page months ago. I'd already had the page, but I wasn't really using it. I went from about 200 and something followers to almost 50,000 followers in just a couple months by being consistent. And every piece of content I post on Instagram, I post it here first. I'm just repurposing that content onto Instagram because everybody that's on Instagram ain't on TikTok. Everybody don't like TikTok. And everybody that's on TikTok don't like Instagram. And everybody that's on Instagram don't like Facebook. And everybody on Facebook don't like Instagram and don't like TikTok. You understand? People are on the platforms that they like, but everybody ain't everywhere. Repurpose your content and use it. That may be where you get your money at. Okay? So I love you all. I appreciate you for being here this morning. We're going to be back here live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I was uploading lives on my YouTube channel yesterday. Because I upload my live events onto YouTube to get views. Because there are people, when people told me, hey, I like your lives, but I always can't make it. So I put them over there so that people can also watch them there. That gives me views. And they making a shitload of money on YouTube too. Think about something you know how to do, or if you have an opinion, turn on your camera and get to filming, okay? I love you all. Look, thank you for the 109,000 likes this morning. Thank you for the 155 shares. I appreciate it. Now I'm gonna be watching y'all keep saying y'all gonna make content, but y'all don't never come up on my For You page. Y'all never come up on my For You page. That means either you're not categorizing your shit or you lied and you're not making content. Make content. And guess what? No matter what anybody says, you don't have to post on TikTok every day. I didn't even post on Sunday on TikTok. I ain't even post on Sunday on TikTok. I had videos. I just didn't categorize them and put them up. So I didn't post until Monday. One of my videos is almost at 50,000 views. So don't be following that bullshit either. No, Kim, you don't have to post every day. No, you don't. See, this is the thing that I want people to pay attention to. The problem with posting every day is a lot of times you end up posting content that's boring as fuck. It's just not engaging content. And what happens is then people stop paying attention to your content altogether. Why? Because you keep putting up content, but it's boring. That's why I said quality over quantity. I don't even do any special editing. I say what I gotta say, pause the video. Say something else, pause again. Say something else, pause again. I don't do all that special editing because I don't have the patience for that shit. And it wiped me out. No, categorizing is not hashtags. That's different. That's not the same. And hashtags are not going to make you go viral. You can use hashtags, but they ain't going to make you go viral. My YouTube is in my bio and in my profile. The links to every place I am, except I need to update my website to put my Facebook links on there. I'll put that today. But categorizing is when you do a search in YouTube. I said YouTube, a search in TikTok. You know, when you click the magnifying glass and you put a search term in there and it comes up with videos. Click a video, watch it for a second or two. Then back out of that video, then you should see extra search terms pop up. If they do, you're going to take a screen cap of that screen because you're going to copy all those search terms, paste them on the screen, and drag them off to the side. I'm telling you, categorization is one of the secret sauces for TikTok. I can't speak for other platforms, but for TikTok, categorization is key. You can have a great video, But if it ain't categorized well, no one will ever see it. They just won't see it. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. They will not see your video if it ain't categorized well. You sing, so you post when you can. That's fine, Coco. Post quality over quantity. And I'm going to tell you another way I found that I was able to grow my social media platform and stay connected with my audience. Y'all need to reply to comments. I don't know. I'll be seeing people, they don't really reply to comments. Reply to comments. Like, I remember I used to, listen, I'm going to tell you another thing. When your video gets 10 comments, TikTok boosts it again. So think about it. If you got 5 comments on your video and you reply to each one of those comments, you got 10 comments. TikTok don't give a fuck that 5 of those comments came from you. They don't care. But 10 comments to TikTok says, oh, people might like this content. Let's push it some more. Reply to people. I'm going to update my website today to put my Facebook on there because I just remembered I didn't do that. Yep. Comment back. Now, this is the catch. Don't say the same thing every time you comment back because then TikTok will lock you down and not allow you to reply. So you got to be smart. Got to be smart. Right? Because they'll look at you like a bot or think you spamming shit. So you can't say the same reply back to back. No, because TikTok will block your ass and stop you. Yep. And another reason why you reply, because it gets people to go back and watch your video again to see the reply, which gives you more views. Yeah, you can go back and do that on old videos. I still go back and comment on old videos. If I happen to pop up and see something, now I've gotten to a point I can't keep up with all the comments, but I still read them. I try to like as many as I can, and I try to comment on as many of them as I can. But I'm telling you, people love to feel seen. Talk to them. Talk to them. See, a lot of content creators get a big head and shit. I have 5 million followers. I don't talk to those people. Well, you wouldn't have any followers if those people didn't watch your fucking content. Treat them with respect. But I also don't allow no disrespect. I block trolls. I don't argue with them. I just block them and delete their comments. I don't even delete their comments. As soon as you block them, or at least on Instagram, it deletes the comment. But I don't always do that for I don't do that for every comment I don't like. I just do that for people who I feel like is stirring shit in the comments. I'm like, no, you want attention. Block. Block. Y'all got to learn to block motherfuckers. Stop trying to talk to people and get people to see your point of view. Fuck them people. Block. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of sanity. It'll keep you from being stressed. Don't do it. I don't fight with people on social fucking media. Why am I fighting with you? When I can easily just get off of that location and not see you. Don't fight with them. Okay? Now, before I wrap up, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I know I've missed some people because they've left, but want to say this. Number 1, beautiful Valerie. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, handsome Kiera. Thank you so much, Kiera. And you better get that content done today. Number 3, self TikToker. Thank you so much, self TikToker. Number 4, Trail. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 5, handsome John Luke. Thank you so much, handsome. And a special shout out to number 6, Miss Beautiful Tiffany. Thank you so much. Oh, and one more tip for y'all on content creation. Have a hook. First 1 to 2 seconds of your video, have a hook. You got to suck people in, even if you trick them. There's sometimes I'll do a video where it sounds like I agree with Trump, but it's not till you keep watching the video that you realize, nah, she don't agree with him. Or I'll say something else and it hooks you in like, the fuck did she just say? And have a hook, whether it's a verbal hook or a visual hook. But have a way, folks on TikTok got ADHD. They on that For You page. If you want them to stop, give them a reason to. But they're all that. Ain't nobody gonna wait for you to breathe for 5 seconds before you start talking. Cut that shit out. Cut that off the video. And You can even start a video when you talking mid-sentence. They love those videos when you're talking mid-sentence because they're like, wait, did I miss something? You understand? Make your videos, y'all. Because I know so many of you, I see your comments here in the chat. Y'all have some great ideas. You talk about great things. Make your content, okay? I love you all. Thank you for being here today. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Listen, I'm going to tell you how I always do. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed any trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. No after show today, Kim, because I'm about to tape the podcast so I can get that up today for Patreon. I love you all. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And I'll be back here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this afternoon.